Today's episode is brought to you by Modern Grower. Modern Grower is your source for time and labor-saving farm tools, such as the Paper Pot Transplanter, Quick Click Seeder, and the Jang Direct Seeder. Turn laborsome tasks into free time with tools by Modern Grower.
Yeah, it's that market stream that I found really interesting when you reached out to me. Can you describe the type of wholesale that you're doing with vegetables on the farm?
Describe the framework of our whole kind of farm system for doing the wholesale, the life cycle of these crops. So our bread and butter at the farm is really primarily storage crops, being beets, carrots, potatoes, radishes, parsnips as our main root crops, as well as a couple different varieties of winter squash. And then on the shoulder seasons, having greens, various greens in the mix. So we're also doing lettuce, spinach, and this year we're experimenting with kale for the wholesale market. And with those being our bread and butter, we're at a stage where we're hoping we know those systems work. They're working well, and we're starting to branch out a little bit into more crops. But yeah, so taking you through the life cycle of a crop, everything is standardized to make every part of the crop's life cycle from planting to harvesting as efficient and routine and repeatable as possible. So we go through with a bed shaper, and we have a belly mounted tractor 2-row seeder that allows us, we can seed an acre at once in half an hour, for example, very easily. And having it with, just like with the multi-row push seeders, that uniformity between beds makes it quite easy to do things like cultivate and harvest. So skipping ahead to the harvesting part, we have folks with the root crops. We harvest directly into 20 bushel wooden 20 bushel bins. So folks are out there clipping the greens off the tops of the root crops or clipping the squash, and we're placing them in these 20 bushel bins for storage. So we'll store them in renovated trailer coolers with a CoolBot system. And part of the benefit of the crops that we're growing is the storage life of them. So something like some beets that we are selling next week, we harvested in mid-July, and they're still looking great. And I think there's some considerations there with how good your storage setup is, but we don't have the sense of urgency around harvesting and getting it out immediately. We can harvest and sit on product and let it stagger sales over the course of weeks. And that way too, we're not really having to do as intensive of successional planning. We can have a spring crop of beets that brings in enough beets to sell over the course of 12 weeks. And then once those are gone, the fall beets are ready to harvest and sell. So rather than having a succession planted for each week, we have two major successions, and the staggering occurs at the storage and sales side of things. And then, with washing, the whole post-harvest side of what we do is really streamlined. With the root crops, I mentioned we clip the tops off all of the root crops, which in a market or a CSA setting may not sell as well or be as marketable. It works for the markets we're selling to, and it especially works for our barrel washer setup. So we have a barrel washer that we can run vegetables through without the tops, and we can get 500 pounds of carrots washed in less than an hour. In some cases, with some crops like beets that wash real easy, we can do 1,000 pounds in an hour. And then, from there, we're able to just wash and pack to order. So I get orders in from our big customers. We wash and pack the specific amount to those orders, and we're packing them straight from the wash line onto pallets and then into our refrigerated box truck, which can go out for delivery either Wednesdays or Fridays. And so we're scheduling the week around all of that and making it so that Really, we're not having to rush, or maybe not rush isn't the right way to put it, but we're lacking that sense of urgency around moving product in the post-harvest stage of things.
Hello, growers. Looking to turn your homestead into a profitable business? Or are you a farmer looking to boost your sales? Check out my book, Sell Everything You Grow. This book is the ultimate guide to choosing the right farm business model that fits your farm, time, and location. Discover which model has the highest profit margins and why diversification is so important. Whether you're selling apples, vegetables, or microgreens, Sell Everything You Grow will help you find your first market or expand into new ones. Get Sell Everything You Grow on Amazon and start selling more today.